Welcome to another Gene Key Contemplation video. I'm Sarah DeFlo, and today we're going to dive into Gene Key 59. We'll journey through the shadow, which is typically our victim stance, through to the gift, which is the pathway to the highest frequency that we may one day experience as a human. This high vibration of unconditional love. And all of the 64 cities are basically the same thing. And there's all these different words. And I love the gene keys for all the different words and all the different ways these words trigger different things and rememberings in us. The shadow of this gene key is dishonesty. And yes, we can be dishonest with others. Ultimately, this is about the dishonesty, being dishonest with ourselves. And this is a tricksy one because the mind will create the very scenarios that keep us being dishonest. It assumes the beliefs that are needed to maintain the dishonesty. So this is the challenge with all of the victim states, really, that are all of the shadow states of the 64 gene keys. And the intimacy, the gift, is really about beginning to awaken and to be able to look at our shadows with love, with compassion, with grace, to see how we've been operating. This is the true awakening. And this awakening journey, this gift level, I love what Richard Rudd speaks about the gift level in this audio of the 59, is it's unstable. The gift is an unstable place that takes time, and this instability is one of the reasons why many of us will choose to stay in our victim shadow state, because at least there's some stability. It's like there's a comfort in what's known. But many people will talk about the awakening journey, and some of us miss it when we go on that journey where we think it's just all going to be sunshine and rainbows and unicorns, that it's actually extremely challenging. Everything in our world changes, and we can lose our bearings. Up can feel like down, down can feel like up. And the other thing that I love that he says about this, the gift is an emergent field. As the city of transparency, it's really clear to see it in this one. Transparency descends into the shadow of dishonesty to illuminate it, and the byproduct of the energy we put into our transformation. So the gift is the emergent field as the city descends into the shadow to illuminate it, and the byproduct of the energy we put into our transformation. So the gift is a byproduct of the energy we put into our transformation, which, as I mentioned, is not just sunshine and rainbows. It can be messy. It always is messy. And yeah, as our awareness moves towards this awakening, it's totally unstable. And I think it's more clear for me to see that now in hindsight. And as I was listening to this gene key, I was thinking of my own journey through self-expression on video through the lens of marketing. And I think I decided that I'm going to be intimate with you and transparent in sharing a personal story of my journey of awakening that was very visible in the online world. And right from the beginning, I was sharing, and I had many different brands and so much change going on, and was trying to fit into some niche or some role, hiring mentors, business mentors, telling me what the best thing to do was, and then sort of elevating beyond that. And I've been on this journey of being frustrated with marketing and being excited as well at times with wanting to just share. And I've failed in a lot of ways. And I'm still, to be honest, I'm still in this place of like, how do I want to really express myself in the world? What is my service? How do I want to market that? And literally today, I just announced the new podcast that Tim and I are doing. And funny enough, this Gene Key 59 happens to be Tim's life's work, which coincides with his birthday week. So he just had his birthday. And that's how it is for all of us when we put in our birth date and our time and location, and we get our genetic profile back, which you can do for free, by the way, if you're new to this. And your life's work will be the first gene key that you get, and it gives you clues into your ongoing life's work. And it's a combination of your life work out there in the world, but it's your life's work in your inner world, most important, as I used to teach with the marketing. And that's where I netted out with my own marketing. Is like, it doesn't matter what you do out there in the world. It's who are you being, and what is it that from that place of being, what are you called to share? And I've danced this fine line of being overly intimate online, because ultimately the intimacy is about our quiet internal process, and it's about integration. It's about integrating with ourselves all of our fragmented parts, and allowing our heart to continually open as we look at the shadows and the wounding that we all come into this world with. And it's also about integrating with others. And he asked the question, how do we be intimate with someone who doesn't know what intimacy is? How do we be intimate with a world that hasn't really understood true intimacy? And the answer is really not trying to change anyone, accepting everyone where they are, accepting the world as it is, and then just sharing from that place and letting the others do what they will with that information or with that share. And ultimately, it's not holding back anything from your heart, but maybe at times holding back the truth, because you're not able to, you can see intimacy where the other person is coming from, and maybe what you have to share isn't going to serve. And so this has been my journey of, I remember when I was like really in the darkest part of my journey up to this point, I created this series called From Dark to Light, and it's still hidden in my website that I'm, deciding, will I ever share that? And at one point I did. It was all there. I was sharing it as it was coming up for me, and I had a dear friend, Tim, just say, that might be just for you. Like, and I'm so glad that he said that, because I wasn't in the place to discern. I didn't have the boundaries in place of what I wanted to truly share. And that's the thing he says about transparency. If we'll go into the city here, is that in transparency, it's not about being 100% honest and transparent all of the time. Sometimes the moment calls for kindness over honesty. And a major part of intimacy is learning to meet people where they are on their level while still remaining on your level. And isn't that just the way about marketing? And I've been talking on and on about marketing and how I see it changing, and created my own methodology called marketelling, and excited to just share this podcast, which feels the most true for me right now. So I'd love to hear from you. What does this journey of intimacy mean to you? And I'll finish with this. Intimacy never gives advice. It only cares. It only creates caring environments. I'll see you in the next video.